Western, alternative, functional medicine, they have no solution for flare-ups. That we are taught that it's a lifelong part, flare-ups are, of living with an autoimmune disease. And again, there's always going to be a flare-up. We live in fear of that next flare-up around the corner, where again, the symptoms all come back and we have to start over managing it from square one. So let's define flare-ups first. Flare-ups are a temporary worsening of symptoms for an existing disease or condition. And to bring it back to the beginning, I had flare-ups, and I want to share with you what my flare-up experience was like. Again, realizing in doing this video the depth of the fear that I lived in. I still feel some of that. Never knowing when they were going to happen. Never feeling like I could really hold down my career, or I could make plans with people, or I could even look, let alone dream into the future. Because I never knew when a flare-up was going to happen that was going to completely flatten me, cause me to have to cancel everything in my life, to have to write it out in the hopes that it would go away, never knowing how long that would take. And the scary thing was I didn't know how long they would last. I didn't know what brought them on. And the very doctors that I put all of my trust and hope and faith into, they couldn't help me when I was having a flare-up. They had no solution for me. And the scary thing about having flare-ups for me was that, if I'm really honest, what the flare-ups were really showing me is that nothing I was doing was working. Nothing I was doing was working in terms of managing my symptoms, or I wouldn't be having these flare-ups that I was having. And also, secondary to this is what it showed me was how weak and how fragile my body really was. I could pretend that I was getting better. I could pretend that that food diet or that new supplement was really working, and that I was strengthening and I was better than I was, and tell myself that story, right? But no matter what, every time I have a flare-up, I had to face the stark truth and reality of how weak and how fragile and how sick I really was. That which I suppressed and did not want to face. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. If you have an autoimmune disease or chronic illness, are frustrated with food diets, supplements, and medication, and are ready to permanently heal and no longer have your condition, I have two 13-week online self-guided educational programs, the Autoimmune Healing Program and the Chronic Illness Healing Program. Both programs teach you how to go beyond remission to permanently heal your chronic illness or autoimmune disease, leave behind your doctor's visits and symptom management, and to finally heal without supplements, medication, or food diets. This is the same journey I took and why I'm over 10 years completely healthy. My autoimmune diseases and chronic illnesses are permanently healed. You can find the application link for a complimentary course consultation below in the description of this video. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.